Hello, Internet. Welcome to the Direct Action Gaming channel, and/or welcome back to the Direct Action Gaming channel. My name is Sean. Yes, this is the Direct Action Gaming channel. Another flawless beginning here. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you, and just, before we get into the game here, I'd like to let you know just a few ways that you could help the channel if you would be inclined to do so. Basically, there's a couple links that you will find in the description of this video. One goes to my Ko-fi account, that is ko-fi. They're basically a dime store alternative to Patreon, so you can donate to me there if you would be so kind. Also, there is a link to my Blue Sky account, so if you want to be kept up to date with the stuff that I'm working on for the channel, I post stuff there pretty regularly because I'm working on all kinds of stuff for the channel. So, yeah, check out my Blue Sky. And, of course, there's always the freest and easiest way to support us YouTubers. You hear us all say it. If you like, comment, and or subscribe, that will help us in the algorithm and push out our stuff to other people. So if you like what I'm doing here, engage with the video and other people will see it too. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. What we've got here is Fallout the board game. It is now episode 6, I believe. We are picking up right where we left off. I have learned quite a few things about this game. We were kinda, sorta, a little bit playing it all wrong. Mostly combat-wise, but there were some other things that I messed up on. For example, first of all, agenda. I had agenda a little bit wrong. Basically, every single time you shuffle this agenda deck, you move the factions forward one space on the track here. So as time passes, because of course you draw one of these agenda cards at the end of each turn to see which enemies activate, as time passes, the factions will gain more power. And basically, the player will lose if they don't get enough enough influence themselves before one of the factions conquers the wasteland. So we're going to start a half-hour timer here and jump right back into it. So there is that. You have to advance the factions with these agenda cards. Also, each agenda card that we have gives us one influence regardless for just having that agenda card. So that means we have 4 influence currently just for having these cards. We can get additional influence if we complete some of the requirements on these cards. And really, we've got 3 security cards, which means for every space that the Institute and or Shield has advanced beyond the Railroad and or Star, we're going to get 1 influence. So we've got no extra influence because over here we've got Star and Shield in exactly the same space. They're on the 3rd spot on the power tracker here. So no extra points for that. We do have Know-It-All, which means we're going to get some extra influence. If we can reveal all the rest of these tiles over here, I can score 2 bonus influence for revealing all of those tiles. So that's one definite thing that we're going to do to bump up to 6 influence. Now, if you're playing solo, you need kind of the most amount of influence to be able to win the game. You need 11 influence, so 6 falls about 5 short of that. We're going to have to advance the Institute's cause quite a bit and hamper the Railroad's efforts if we want to win the game as is. Now, I could get other agenda cards, potentially, that will allow me to get additional influence beyond just helping the Institute, but for the most part, at the moment, it's just about all Institute. So, alright, let's keep on rolling. What we have currently on deck is On the Hunt and All Hell. And All Hell was just like, we need to kill that final railroad member. And yeah, that'll help us quite a bit, because it's going to advance the Institute by 2 spaces, and that will give us quite a bit of extra influence. Oh my gosh, I might just win the game if I just kill that one railroad member, because I think that's like 6 bonus points. Because I'd get, if it goes 2 spaces ahead, I'd get 6 plus 4, that's 10, and then we would just need to reveal all the spaces. And all right, so we are just, folks, we are just about done with this game. We just determined we are just about done with this game. Also, the other thing that's going on is On the Hunt. Olivia is in the super mute. Okay, right. Olivia was a synth, as you may recall from the earlier episodes. We discovered that she was a synth, and since we're helping the Institute, rather than killing the Courser at the Super Mutant camp, we are going to convince Olivia to sort of just go back to the camp. That is literally what you're doing, because you go to Olivia's space. Olivia is here. The quest marker indicates Olivia. We do a C test. C is charisma. So our Vault Dweller is literally just constantly finding Olivia and just convincing her to do the thing that she doesn't want to do, which is go back to the Institute. She kind of hated it there. She doesn't want to go back, but we're just whispering sweet nothings into her ear about how she really should anyway, though, do that thing that she didn't want to do. Anywho, so we're gonna start this turn here. We do get 2 actions, and I think the first one will obviously be moving to this space, and we want to knock out this final railroad member. Now that the railroad has advanced, because, well, I had no idea what I was doing here. I helped the railroad out when that wasn't great. They are now level 2 enemies, because their power has increased, so their level has increased. Now we need 2 hits to take down this railroad member. They are still aggressive, so they will immediately attack me once I move into that space. So, I guess this is kind of an auto fight. It doesn't count as an action to start a fight, which is nice. I might be able to knock out this railroad member and then also maybe complete my move action and then do a test with Olivia. So let's see if I can get lucky and just knock out this railroad member right now. We need 2 hits. And we get, let's see, weakness is head and legs. We only get 1 hit. Okay. That's not great. What options do we have here? I know we had Jet exhausted, so we can't use that. Yeah. Yeah, we're using Psycho. We're going to use Psycho. I'm going to exhaust Psycho. I'm going to recover 1 hit point. And then I'm going to generate 1 reroll. Okay, so we keep our hit, and then we're going to reroll these other 2 non-hits. We're looking for legs and or head. And we do get legs. Cool. So, another thing I learned about combat here is, even though we've got this other die that has some damage the enemy inflicted to us, that does not count, because we have arms here. Arms is not a weakness for the railroad member. legs is a weakness, so we choose these. We select these, we spend these to do 2 damage to the railroad member, taking no damage, because these are the only ones that count. If there were damage pips on these legs, we would take damage. But there aren't, so we hit the railroad member for no damage, take the railroad member out. That is cool. We would get 2 XP for that. And yes, XP does still matter, because beyond getting these little special tokens, what I also learned is we have these perks. So you pretty much every time you fully level up, you can pick 2 little tokens out of this pile here, and if I was to get like C and L, then I can dig through the perk deck and choose a perk that matches either charisma or luck. I can get either a charisma or a luck perk, and these are basically just like single use sort of, like for example, one says Master Trader, that's charisma. Discard to shop, you can buy and sell as many cards as you want. How about that? Okay, cool. So, yeah. We did take out that final railroad member, which means we've done all hell. We advance shield 1, 2. We also get an additional 3 XP. 1, 2, 3. All right. We now stage 21 and 150, and we add 22. Okay. All right. So where's 21 and 22? Okay, we got Bunker Hill. Remember, just for taking out that railroad member, we have almost won. We are now at 10 influence. We have 4 cards plus 2 bonus points for each security card. So, yeah, that's 10. That's 10 points, as far as I can tell. We've added 21 and 22, and we also need to add 150. Where are you, 150? Nowhere to go. Okay. Alright, so we're ditching all hell. We put that back in the box. We now have On the Hunt, Nowhere to Go, Bunker Hill. Alright. So we're going to complete that move action, because when you do a move action, you get 2 movement points. So I am going to say that we moved, a fight automatically happened, we get to continue moving because we beat the railroad member. Now we are here. Now we get to do a charisma test to convince Olivia to do the thing that she doesn't want to do. Right. So, the way this will work is I will roll the die once again. The test is a C1, meaning every point that we get beyond 1, we move Olivia that many spaces. So we really only need to get 3 points here to convince her to get to the Super Mutant Camp. And we do get 1 reroll as well, since I already have C. The Vault Dweller is a very charismatic man. And we kinda sorta convince her to move a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do is keep these 2 points and then re-roll the die that had no points. If I can just get 1 point on it, then we convince her to move to the Super Mutant Camp. Yes. So we get 3 points now. We have convinced Olivia to go 1-2. She is now in the super mutant camp. And yeah, Olivia just needs to be in the super mutant camp. That scores us another agenda and add 140. Okay, so let's shuffle the agenda deck and see if we can get something neat. We do get managing it. And that's if you have 3 or more drug items. And we do. Ooh. I kind of like this one. This would honestly help us win the game quicker. So we're gonna toss know-it-all and keep managing it and keep all the other securities. All right. So that was our turn. We did 2 things. We've completed this quest thing, so we're gonna remove the quest marker. Olivia is in there. We got an agenda card, and now we also need to stage. We need to add 140. Okay, so where is 140 from the card library? Okay. Toss this out. What does this say? You see a figure in a long black trench coat and sunglasses. This must be the agent the Institute sent to find Olivia. As you approach, he looks at you. Ah, hello there, 41B. Then he just walks away. What was that about? And our options are 1. Are you a synth? Option 2 is, it's probably nothing, just search for loot. Do a PI4 test. Yeah, let's search for loot. Let's search for loot. Let's see if we can find something. All right, we're going to do a quick PI4 test. So we would get to do 2 rerolls, since we do have P and I, perception and intelligence. And we need to get 4 or more points. So how many points do we get initially? We get 2. That is not enough. Okay. We're going to keep 1 and reroll 2 die. Okay, now we get 3. We get 1 more reroll. All right. I think I'm going to keep 2 and do my final reroll. And if we don't get it, we fail this one. We need to get 2 points here. And we don't. We only get 1. So we fail. All right. So it says if you fail, we now read, you can't push what he said out of your mind. But you're not a synth. You had a childhood. You remember growing... Wait. Do you? What's the last thing you remember? Why can't you remember anything before a year ago? Gain the synth trait and trash. Great. So what reward did we get for this? We're a synth now, I guess. That's our reward. Okay, so I'm going to put the synth trait on our little player board, and that will mean something possibly in upcoming events. I don't know. But our Vault Dweller has been a synth this whole time. Plot twist. Alright, that's the end of the turn, so we're going to do another agenda card here. and we see shield, creature, and robot. Now we are allied to shield, so nothing happens with that. They ignore us. They do nothing. They pretty much mean nothing. Creature and robot, though, we activate and or move those. So this one activates. Mr. Gutsy is going to move and shoot us. The Rad Scorpion will move here to Diamond City. The Stingwing is going to move closer to us. This other Stingwing is also going to move closer to us, as is the Feral Ghoul. And yeah, so we get attacked by Mr. Gutsy. Alright, let's do another combat. Mr. Gutsy has ranged, so he gets one automatic hit. Weakness is arms. We are not going to get another reroll here. I am not well rested. And yeah, I don't have any weapons, so no rerolls whatsoever. We need to get 2 arms. And we don't get... We get 1 arm and 1 damage. So, since I didn't get enough to kill Mr. Gutsy, I think what this means, even though I didn't kill Mr. Gutsy, arms mean I tried to kill him, but he got 1... Well, he got 3 damage on me because he's level 2, so that's 2, and he gets a bonus 1 for ranged. Our armor completely absorbs that, though, so basically nothing happens there. Alright, so that was that combat. Cool. So, moving on to the next turn. I think all we really need to do now to win the game is just... Let me see, we have 4. We have 6 for all the securities. I think we've already won the game just by getting that agenda, because managing it says we get an additional influence if we have 3 or more drug items. We do. We have Psycho, Jet, and Buff out. So, that's 11. We have won this game. I have gotten enough influence to win the game. How about that? We didn't even explore the rest of the map or finish all the main quest lines and all that other jazz, but whatever, we won. So that was the first scenario that I finally figured out how to properly play, and here it is. We are done. We're going to call that a wrap, and then we're going to get the Capital Wasteland started as soon as possible. So, all right. That was fun. I'm going to see y'all in the next thing. We have 3 more scenarios to go. Capital Wasteland is next. There's also Far Harbor and the Pit. So we're going to work through all of those. I think next time we're going to do the Wastelander character rather than the Vault Dweller. She starts out with a tire iron, which is an actual weapon, so that's kind of cool. Her starting skill is agility, so we will see how that works out in the Capital Wasteland. All right. We didn't even make it to half an hour. How about that? So, I'ma see y'all when I see ya. Take it easy and take care of each other.